Welcome everybody to yet another milestone, we'll call it, a milestone party. We have let's call a ton, about 20 people at Dana Kepner now that are 30 years plus, and that's just ho-hum anymore. 30 years is just not a big deal. I'm being facetious. But we only have 3 people in the 40-year plus club. And Morey Balins, where's he? He's hiding over here, trying to stay out of the way, is the 3rd member of the 40-year club. And I'm going to tell you, it seems just like yesterday that I was standing right here, giving a little talk about Morey being here 30 years. And I'm telling you, if you would ask me to put money on it, I would have said it's been 3 years since we had that party. Anyway, 40 years is a big deal. We only have one person in the 50-year club. And Charlene is still going strong in Texas. Morey says he may hit the 50-year club. He won't give me a date. Every few weeks I ask Morey. I say, okay, Morey, you're coming up to 40. Just so I can plan. Give me a date. How long are you going to work? And if anybody knows Morey, he talks for about 6 minutes. And when he walks away, I go, what did he say? I still don't have an answer. But we're happy everybody's here. Morey has some customer friends here. We appreciate you coming down very much. A family here, and that's very important. And I'm going to tell a quick story about Morey. Because if you don't know Morey real well, this is the quintessential Morey. And luckily Hal wasn't here when this happened. But Morey was in charge of inside sales, and he that couple of offices there used to be 3, and Morey had the one on the end. I was inside sales and I was sitting right here. All the bosses were out of town. They were all at an AWWA meeting or some kind of association meeting. I can't recall, doesn't matter. Anyway, it was pretty lax. I mean, everybody's, in a pretty good mood. We're having a good time. I'm walking down the aisle to get some pricing from Morey, and I see him sitting back in his chair, leaning back, just looking at the wall, smoking a cigar. And do you remember this? Sort of. And I said, Morey, what are you doing? He said, I'm working. What do you mean? I said, you're smoking a cigar. He said, no, I'm not. I said, I see smoke, I see the cigar. He said, Dave, that's against company policy. I would never do something like that. And I just walked away, shaking my head, saying, that's right there is a quintessential Morey. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to ask Morey to say a few words. And maybe he'll give us a date, the day he's going to retire. We have a camera going here, so it would be contractual, so be careful.
Well, thank you, Dave. I'm a little speechless, actually, but you got to remember, at that time, we had ashtrays on our desk.
No, we didn't.
Good try.
Anyway, when Matt quit smoking, I guess we all did.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Anyway, I don't really know what to say, but there was a Roman years and years ago that I think he's a French Roman. He said, "Time flies, tempus fugit," and that is really the truth. Like Dave was saying, it seems like it was just 30 years ago. And then I woke up this morning and we're doing a 40 luncheon. And it's just, well, to me it's a little mind-boggling. Anyway, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Dave, thank Darren, and of course, thank all you people that have helped me through the years, the Dana Kepner staff. I'm getting a little choked up here.
Oh, we love you, Morey.
And anyway, Friday, Dave came into my office and congratulated me on my anniversary. And I told him that I couldn't remember the date because I thought it was June or July of '76. And then I'd been put on probation until August 1st. Well, you all know Dave, and he's kind of a wise guy, smart ass. I'm still on probation. I can tell you one thing, it won't be another 40 that I'll be on probation. So again, thank you all, and I appreciate you.
be remiss if I didn't say it, especially for all the new people who haven't been here for that kind of time. You can use Morey as a model. If you were going to look up in a dictionary dedication and loyalty and caring and friendship, Morey's picture would be there. He has led Dana Kepner Blue for 40 years, and I think he will long after he's gone, whenever that date may come. We're not rushing. But do you have a date, Morey? Do you have some kind of forecast?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
It's become tradition to give out some little token of our appreciation to the President. You have everything in the world, and it's also become tradition that instead of giving just something, a coat or a golf bag, what we do when you hit 40 is you get a little trip to Las Vegas, and it'll be airfare and hotel and some spending cash on us. You just tell us where you want to, which hotel you want to stay at, and how long you want to go, and when you want to go. And
I'm
we'll
sure
send
this won't be Midas.
Well,
I gotta talk to him.
well, and that's for you plus one, and I'm going to tell you, you know me and Mitch and how I gamble. I'm probably more fun in Vegas than Charlotte. I would almost bet on it, but I'm also going to bet that I don't get to go. You guys have a good time. Just let us know when and where, and we'll set it up for you.
I was trying to get her to Vegas last year for the Super Bowl. That was tough. Yeah.
Darren, you have anything you want to say?
No, I think just, somebody be at the same company for 40 years, that is a dedicated employee. That's somebody who's kind of grown up with the business. He's gone through multiple owners, multiple people here, and it says a lot. We always kind of like to tout ourselves, and we try to have long-term employees. But I think Morey's the indicator of that type of employee who's willing to work here for 40 years, do a great job, love what he's doing. It's been a huge asset and resource for us, and we are very appreciative of the time that Morey puts in. And Dave's trying to kick him out of the door. As far as I'm concerned, Morey, you can stay as long as you want. Thank you, Morey.
Yeah, we just add that, it's either dedication or stupidity, so.
Well, let's end it on that.
But I would like to say one thing. When I came aboard here, and I kind of forgot to mention it, there's a guy here whose dad got me the job. That's Mike Sievert. And I remember Gruner. Kind of, damn, he's one of a kind. So, Mike, wherever your dad is,
I wish you could get it out.
Yeah,
Tell
I
the story
know.
about how you met Gooder. It's a great story. If you think you can do it?
that's a long story.
And Hal, thank you for coming. I didn't even see you walk in the door. This is Hal Kepner, everybody, if you haven't met him. This is Dana Kepner's son, and he was the president of Dana Kepner for a long time, and his name is still hanging on the door. So if you haven't met Hal and you get a chance, please introduce yourself and say hello. Other than that, we have a bunch of chicken and food. I would ask, because I know there are some big eaters in this room, make sure you don't take more than 2 pieces of chicken and shrimp, so everybody at least gets some, and then whatever's left over, you can go crazy and eat the rest of it. But I want to make sure everybody at least gets some. Right, apples.
Well, quick, short, I'll try to get it out.
Okay, Morey's going to go ahead and tell the story. It's a great story.
Anyway, years and years ago, I was on a different planet, and I was always going to this watering hole where Gunnar worked. He seemed to be there all the time. It was a bar on West Colfax.
You didn't know him yet, right?
I knew him, but we just kind of didn't see eye to eye. Anyway, Gunnar liked to play this game called table shuffleboard, which I did too. And I ran into him on occasion, and we used to gamble against each other, whether it was singles or partners, and I usually bested him. And he'd kind of, he'd be irritated when he lost. But anyway, as time went on, we happened to be playing this one game this one night. And I got to tell you about Gunnar before I say that. Gunnar would win a $5 bet and buy a $20 round. Now, to most people, that doesn't make sense. But for him, that made all the sense in the world. That's how much he liked to win. The winning was important, not what he spent. Anyway, we were playing this one night, we had some bucks bet, and looked like him and his partner were gonna win this game. And I did something at the end that was totally lucky, it was sloppy, and we won the game. So anyways, I'm picking the weights off the board, I'm looking at the challenge board, and I say next. Well, I hear in the background, I hear Gooter chipping at me, calling me a long-haired little freak, used a few F-bombs, lucky, sloppy, and he's going on and on. So anyway, I turn around and I look at him, and I tell him, any day or night, you can't beat me. And then I go on for this and that. And I ended up with Fat Man, my conversation. So then I turn around and he's telling me, he says, you know what? He says, I ought to rip your head off and spit in your windpipe. And he didn't say spit.
It rhymes with spit, right?
Yeah, it rhymes with spit. And so, for some reason, I found myself at the end of the bar by the jukebox in the corner after we did all this talking, and here's this big, bear, huge man standing in front of me telling me that. And so I said to myself, this is deep shit, man. And for some reason, I just said, fish or cut bait, Fat Man. And I just walked by him, and he didn't hit me, so we became friends after that. That is a true story. You know, Dave likes to think he hired me on the spot, but that's really not true.
That's why, if I was telling the story, I would have said Gooter hired him right there, and they became best buddies forever. Morey's not as good as telling stories as I am.
Yeah, there you go. But most of it's true. So,
Well, why
all
don't
right,
you guys start out and start the
do
food
it.
line and get going?